And our first guest today, he's like a regular. He's like part of our family. 3-time major champ, soon to be father of 3. Jordan, this baby is coming.
We're on baby watch right now officially. Yeah.
I'm excited. Jordan Spieth joining the show. Now, I know that you're like an expert at throwing the pitch. Oh, I watched them all this morning. How many times did you do it? 3 times?
I think I've done 5. My most recent was actually terrible, and it might be bad enough where I'm not sure that I'm going to do another one for a while. I was able to throw. I did one a couple years ago here at the new Ranger Stadium, and we don't need to find that one. I was fine. As I was sitting here, I was watching yours, and I'm more than happy to talk about that. That one was all right. Okay.
Okay. Let's do that.
That was Fenway. There's Wrigley. Shorts. I love that.
Okay, Wrigley. Iconic.
Yeah. I mean,
you seem happy.
And then some Rangers ones. That was probably the best one there. But I didn't know you were a lefty.
Yeah.
So there's potential there. My dad was a left-handed pitcher, and he played college baseball, and so that's how I got into it. That's why I'm left-handed. He always said, if you're lefty, you don't have to throw it that hard, and you can still pitch in the majors because you got a lot of weird movement and stuff. But obviously, yours started down the strike zone and tailed off. I think you're getting more crap than you should.
Thank you. I thought I have more accuracy because that's what I was going for. I would say this, I don't really care. And nobody expects anything from me. Like I could have done like 3 feet and it falls to the ground. And
you could have bowled it in there.
Literally like under my legs, people would be like, great job, Kay. Way to go. But you guys, and it's not just, it's any pro athlete. I truly don't see why you do it. Because the expectation is so high that even if you drill it like a perfect knuckleballer, like 80s, whatever, no one cares. Everyone's like, yeah, you're supposed to do it that way. But then all these athletes, the Taylor Luans, the pro athletes suck at throwing the pitch. So the expectation, I think, is too high. Don't you think? I feel bad for y'all.
Well, it's really interesting because, we play these pro-ams with professional athletes that are not golfers, or at least that are just getting into the game. And they'll go to like 16 at Phoenix, the party hole, or you get some, event where they're on 17 at TPC Sawgrass, and you see them like perform under pressure unbelievably in their own sports. And then they go out and it makes you feel good as a golfer because you're like, man, these guys are crazy, crazy athletic. They're amazing. And they come out here and they just, sometimes they hit a great shot, but most of the time, they don't. And I'm like, that's like my version of hitting like hitting the shot on 16 at Phoenix, where it's a sport that I haven't played in 10 years. And yet I'm still going out there and like, I'm as nervous or more nervous than I am to hit any golf shot. And yet at least I'm hitting golf shots every day. And now I've got to go try to perform. So it's risky for sure. Cause it's a no-win situation, but I mean, it's fun. And I've been on both sides. I mean, I went way wide, bounced one. I had been lubed up all day, and that was probably my problem. And I thought I was going to come in hard on my last one that I threw. And I'm telling you, like, it was closer to the dugout than home plate. Like, it was real bad. I'm really glad you guys didn't find that.
We did not see that. I was just like, this is annoying. He's perfect at pitching. I didn't realize your dad was a pitcher. Let me throw this at you. Alvin Kamara, Saints great. He's at Wrigley 2 days after me. He throws, I think this is the first one. Look up. Okay.
See,
terrible.
That's what I did.
Okay. But then guess what he did? He asked for another pitch.
He wants it back.
Oh, no, he got it back. He asked and they gave it to him. And at that point, I'm like, Cubs, at the integrity of the game, the sacredness of we're letting him run it back. And then,
I mean, he's a 2-0 count.
Then the Saints are putting it out there like the first pitch didn't even happen. And I'm like, this is not propaganda that I can buy into. What do you make of like the rules of asking for a redo? No.
I've never seen that. I mean, I've never seen, at that point you may as well just throw, you may as well try to have a full count, strike the guy out. I mean, you may as well throw 6 pitches.
They gave him a mulligan.
The fact that the Saints went and only posted the second. Nice, by the way. Yeah, mulligan. That's right.
I know things. Yeah, I think that's not okay. I feel like we should be more upset about whatever that was. Okay, I want to talk about.
You go ahead and tell them that because I'm not going to tell them that.
Oh, I will. I know this the Saints social team. Alex, I'm looking at you. That was absolute bush league, and you will hear about it from me. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about basketball. Actually, I know you're a Mavs fan. I know that you and Gronk at TPC Sawgrass, of course, with FanDuel. You were talking about the Luka trade. I think you're a hoops guy. You've got you're a Mavs person. You also went to Texas, so Kevin Durant there. That trade was all over yesterday. It became official. What's your reaction to him going to Houston?
Well, I mean, it makes Houston, I think, an immediate title contender because they've already built that young squad that was awesome last year. And then, it's a place where he's going to have familiarity. I mean, they played the Suns played a game actually in Austin last year against the Spurs, and it was kind of I actually watched the game. It was cool to watch him go back, and play in Austin, and then now he's going to be pretty close to home. Well, at least home for where he was for a year, but. And then go to a young squad where he's going to have a chance to make a run and kind of get maybe, he gets driven to a couple more all-star type seasons with veteran locker room presence. I mean, I don't like it personally because I don't root for the Rockets.
I know.
And I'm a Mavs fan, and we've just been through this emotional roller coaster in the last 6 months that is unforeseen maybe in the NBA. So it's wild. I didn't think he was coming to Dallas, but to go to Houston of all places, I mean, come on, man. But I respect it. It makes sense. I just don't like it.
I like how objective you are. I'm looking at FanDuel right now. Third best odds now, the Rockets. Third best odds to win the NBA title behind the Knicks and Thunder. That's a little wild. You're saying it was a roller coaster. What do you think it will be the most impactful acquisition? Durant to the Rockets or Cooper Flagg being drafted to your Mavs?
Well, immediately, I think it's pretty predictable to think that Durant to the Rockets is a huge add. The Mavs have to stay healthy, right? I mean, Cooper's potential is as high as anybody that we've seen in a long time, but Kyrie's going to be coming back late. AD, staying healthy. If you get a healthy AD and we stay in it, and as Kyrie's coming around, we're still sticking around kind of that 5-6 seed in the West when he comes back. Then the Mavs are set up to win now as well. But I just think, it's tough. To answer your question, I think it's an obvious answer for Durant on the Rockets to be a bigger impact. But to be able to have a chance to win now and to look forward to the next 20 years and maybe have our Dirk or our Luka, whatever what we thought was our Luka with Cooper Flagg. I mean, everyone's very excited about Cooper here, I hope he feels that.
I like your objectivity when it comes to this, even though I know you're a huge Mavs fan. With Kevin Durant, I think about his career, he's done it a long time. If I look at think about what makes him stand out, it's consistency, pure shooter, always hits the green. Who would you say is it's a hard question. Who's the Kevin Durant of the golf world?
Well, recently it's been Scottie Scheffler, right? You're talking about the person who's just going to step up and, he's going to throw 25 and 8 and 6 on you every night. So Scottie's been, the best historic type ball striking the last 3-4 years. So that would make the game about as easy as it gets, which is, I think, how Durant can make it look when he's on. So, Durant's been that way since he was in college, and it's crazy. I mean, he had some gruesome injuries, still came back, still kind of the same guy. And, now he gets to go get, a little fire lit under him with some young talent and some pressure to go perform with what would be his last, however many years he's got left. So Scottie's a little younger. He's got a bigger runway, but and obviously to be a Kevin Durant type player over your career in golf, you got to keep doing it for a long time. So that's Scottie's the best comparison lately for sure.
I think that's fair. Have you seen LeBron, his swing or anything? I'd love to get.
I saw the video.
I don't know. He wasn't a golfer. He's been golfing lately. You helped fix Gronk's swing. How would you size up LeBron?
It's pretty solid. A lot of times other athletes go to golf and they start swinging super long and their arms go everywhere, and it's compact. So there's some potential to obviously get a lot more power into it. But he's off to a good start there. I mean, shoot, anytime you get these stud athletes that want to get into the game, I don't know if he wants to get in the game or he just lost a bet or he just happened to be playing. I don't know why he was out there playing, because I don't think he golfs very often, but shoot, if that's what he wants to do post golf, that's going to be good for us.
How does he get more power? What's one tip you can give him? My production staff thinks he looked a little stiff.
Yeah, that's it. And really he can use his wrists more. It's just kind of an arm swing. So he could just get a lot more power if he let that club float a little, use his wrists a little bit. As he goes back, that the club only gets like what looks like a half swing. So, he gets a little bit more of a turn, throws his wrists into it a little bit. He can gain 30 yards, in 30 minutes, which is kind of cool, I think, for whoever's going to, if he cares, whoever's going to get to coach him on that, he's going to be pretty excited about that, I think.
Sounds like it could be you. Just keep at it, kiddo. Keep at it, King James.
I don't have the time. I don't have the time right now. I don't have the
you
time
don't.
right now.
Yeah, you're rehabbing. This has been a rare stretch for you. You had to withdraw from the Travelers, of course, last month. How are you in your rehab?
Yeah, I'm good. It was a weird like neck spasm thing that just came up, and I just couldn't get through the round. But it was a strange deal. I've got a good team here that I work with, and I knew it was going to be short-lived, and it was only kind of a few days. I've been back to full strength, getting ready for the Open Championship next week, our last major of the year, and then we have our playoffs after that. So a lot of big events left. But yeah, I have no restrictions, which is great.
So we'll see you out there at the Open Championship.
Yeah, I'll be at the Open Championship. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit of a late arrival, but I'll be there. Luckily I played the Open at this course in Northern Ireland 6 years ago now, so I won't feel like I have to learn a new place. But yeah, just trying to get all the work in before baby comes, make sure everybody's good, and then I'll head overseas.
You won the Open in 2017. What do you remember?
Well, I could tell you, I remember a lot. This is going to be my maybe 13th Open. And it's probably my favorite tournament in the world. We play on different golf courses. We go around to kind of the home of golf, and we bounce around these courses with, 200 years of history, some of them. And there's just nothing like it. The crowds are incredible. They're the most knowledgeable fans in the world, and it's the most global tournament that we play. So it really is fun. You got to battle all the conditions. We probably will play, in 4 seasons in a day a couple times, which is also unique. Mm-hmm. So I very much look forward to it. When I won in 2017, I had a pretty awesome finish. I had the lead and I lost it, and then I had kind of a huge heat run the last 5 holes to finish the tournament, which will go down as one of kind of the best stretches of golf I ever played. So it was timely as well. So hopefully run a few more of those back in a couple weeks.
I'm excited about this. I don't really know what a delayed arrival means. Is that what does that mean?
Well, yeah, like for an Open, you get in on, for a major, sometimes you get in the Sunday before. We start on a Thursday and play the Sunday. But, with baby coming this week, I don't know when I'm going to get over there, I guess I should say.
Not another cute little Spieth baby. I'm so excited. Not to bring up like a TMZ part of this. I'm going to go a little dark here on you. But you were busted. Okay. You've been in a solid relationship since 2017. You and this blade putter. What's going on? Because you were spotted with this mallet thing in your bag. Jordan, what do I need to know here? Busted.
No, so when I got home, so I've used a putter that I got when I was 13 or 14. And I've used a different putter here and there in college, and then sometimes professionally, and then a couple tournaments here and there. And then this year I started using a new one, my second event of the year that I've been using all year. And then when I had this few-week break, I just kind of went back and grabbed a bunch of putters out, and I wanted to test them and just see, where I was at with where my stroke is now, which one's going to be setting up the most consistently, which one's going to be performing. And, I'm still using the one that I've been using this year. So that one was in the bag because I was trying it out, and I was at my junior event that I was hosting. And I guess somebody took a picture of it because it happened to be on the front of the bag. But I tried like 4 or 5 different putters here, and then I'm still using the one that I was. So no big story.
So there's no breakup news here. It's you and the blade at the Open.
That's right.
This is the shit people want to know, Jordan. This is my investigative reporting here. That there was
I was gonna say, I don't think that one came from you, but that,
it did not. It came from the internet, but the people care. They really care. It's amazing. I wanted to ask you about the Ryder Cup. Keegan Bradley, he's the captain. I understand that you two have a close friendship, a good relationship. It's so fascinating to me. Like, I don't track golf that much, but I'm fascinated by these decisions. The Ryder Cup, I'll watch it. It's amazing. Do you think he should play as well as being captain?
As of right now, I mean, if he's playing as a top 12 American player, then he should be on that team, in my opinion. I think you throw out the politics. He's got a great group of assistant captains around him. The PGA of America will clear whatever they need to clear up for it. It doesn't, the historical significance of like how few people have ever done it and all that. Like, the idea was to go younger with the captain. So if that's going to be the idea going forward, then you might run into this situation, more often than it ever happened before. So, there was a good chance. I mean, there's a good chance Tiger, could be a captain soon, maybe the next one. And if he is somehow, and I'm not sure that he will be, but if he's somehow back to playing well, you don't think people would want him on? For me, it's just, if this guy's going to be one of the best 10 players at that tournament, which how he's playing right now, then of course you want him on the team. And that's me saying that. And I want him not to be, because it opens up a pick for me, maybe. So for the betterment of the team, I think he deserves it right now. And I hope to, go try to steal one of those picks away from him.
How do you feel about that? I feel like, yes. Go ahead.
So I've played some rounds with him. I've been paired with him, in the last month or so, a couple months. I've been playing better and better as the year's gone on. So he and I were both contending a few weeks ago. And on the 18th hole, he's like, hey, he's always trying to pump me up. He's like, all right, keep this going, kid. Keep this going, kid. Come on. We want you on that team. Keep it going. Keep it going. And I'm like, well, stop stealing points away from me, man. Like, we just tied this tournament. Like, if you want that, just miss that 5-footer you just made, and I'll get more points. Like, he's selfish.
Yeah, we agree that you should.
He's saying, I don't want to pick it. I want to get my guys on the team, and then he just goes out there and wins. It's just like,
Well, I think you're both going to be there. That's what I'm calling. And he would be. I mean, I like that you said throw away the politics. And I didn't know that they were trying to go younger. It's such an educational morning for me. But he would be the first playing captain since Arnold Palmer, which is insane. Right. Which was 1963.
Right, we've just always had captains that, were past their prime playing days, and Keegan's not. And so to have somebody that's there every week competing with the guys that he's going to be like, I find it to be beneficial. And I guess, we'll have to see, but this is what you'll run into. I don't think that he would have guessed this 2 years ago, and then he's been on a tear. And good for him. I mean, it's awesome. He's a great guy. The players love him. He picked vice captains that everybody loves, and that people are around a lot. It's just going to be a really fun atmosphere, but there's nobody more passionate about the Ryder Cup or Team USA ever. I mean, that I've ever met than Keegan Bradley. So I think almost it'd be better for him to be playing. So he's not just, he might have a heart attack if he's just on the sidelines. I mean, that's how crazy he is about it.
That's why you need to be there. You can balance him out. Okay. I love that you're feeling good. I love that you're getting ready for a baby. Let's wrap this with the Cowboys. I got to tell you, I'm in on them. I think nobody has lower expectations for what they can do. I know they brought in George. That might have bumped it up a little bit. I love what they're doing. I know last year when I talked to you, I remember you talking about the running back room. You weren't sold on it. You weren't wrong. How are you feeling about your Cowboys?
Well, I think the hardest part is the division now is hard, right? So, Washington, if I weren't a Cowboys fan, I'd want to be a Washington fan. They're just exciting. They're awesome. And then the Eagles, defending champs, we got to open up with the Eagles in Philly. It's just, I think we got a hard schedule this year too. It's, it's to be third in your divison and Vegas is pretty good, by the way. If anyone didn't know that.
Go FanDuel.
So yeah, exactly. FanDuel's pretty good. I'm high on him. I'm in that cycle where I'm building up the confidence again, the unrealistic expectations, and then so I'm
Wait,
slowly getting there as we get. The cycle. You've seen the chart of a Cowboys fan, right? You build up. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and then and then we don't. But I will say I've seen that Dak's been working hard. Dak's been in the best shape of his life. If he's healthy, now we've got these weapons. We've got. I think our line of scrimmage will be really solid. And again, it's a tough schedule. We got to win a couple of these division road games. And if we do that, then I love our chances.
No one's repeated in the NFC East since 2004. That plays
you want
in your
that
favor.
Against the Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, no teams won back-to-back titles. That was 20 years ago. It was a long time ago.
That is crazy. That is a crazy stat.
Different winner every year. What? That could be you. What's your big question about your Cowboys?
Just staying healthy. I mean, just Dak playing every game at a high level. I mean, and he's been playing at a high level. Just needs to be healthy. And I think it seems like he's really been on that. And but yeah, it's there's always a lot of questions. I'm building hope right now. And then as we reach August 1st, then I start getting real hyped about it. And then here we go again. Then we're into the season.
I don't know if you're hyped about it.
We won who we beat first game last year, demolished, I think, Cleveland, who was supposed to be really good, have a great defense starting the year. And it was just like, oh boy, here we go. It just all went downhill from there. So
last one for you. You have 3 hole-in-ones in your PGA Tour career. I had Raiders Hall of Famer Tim Brown on the show a couple weeks ago, and he said he has 5 hole-in-ones, including one at Augusta. 5. What do you think of that? Awesome. Is that not insane?
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of somebody with like more than 2 that's not either a college player or professional player. That's really, really impressive. Yeah. And one at Augusta, that had to be an epic day, probably a very expensive day, but epic day.
He got like a plaque and everything. He has all this hardware behind him, like all of the, the awards and accolades and stuff. And he was like, but let me show you that's all he wanted to talk about was Augusta, which like obviously golf is so special. So I've learned a lot here. LeBron, use your wrists. Just get better every day. You do not believe in the Cowboys, which I think is going to play in their favor. I like this.
I didn't say that. I said I'm building hope.
You're like,
I'm building hope.
Okay, we're building hope, and we're building more than hope with you at the Open in a couple of weeks with your blade. Calm down, internet. That about sums it up.
Yeah.
And you're having a baby this week.
And not all first pitches are great, and you can ask for a second. I learned that today. I didn't know that, so that may get me to go back out there.
But you shouldn't. And all your pitches are amazing. I can't believe you've done it 5 times. That's actually insane. Jordan Spieth, we appreciate you. We love your partnership with FanDuel. Good luck in a couple of weeks, and we'll see you at the Ryder Cup.
Thanks, Kay. Keep up the great work. See y'all.
I just did that with my left hand. That's not okay. We'll be back. Patrick Mahomes is on the show. We'll talk a little AFC side of things. We got the NFC Cowboys talk in with our guy, Jordan. We will be back.